Yes, it is.
I mean, Tim Tebow goes down, which I don't want because I think Tim Tebow's a good guy. But, you know, Tim Tebow goes down. Are they still, without Tim Tebow, not a top 5 team easily?
Yeah.
They have to be.
They have to
and
be.
so they have, even with important injuries, they have a legitimate shot.
Tebow's liable to take more players out than he's going to, and he has a chance.
It's a valid
of getting
point.
hurt.
He's going to hit more undersized linebackers, causing them problems than they're going to hit him.
He could have a broken collarbone on one side and a dislocated shoulder on the other, and he's going to be out there.
Yeah.
Especially if he's playing Tennessee and they're up 4 touchdowns and he can make it 5. But
calling timeouts.
the only thing that scares me about it is he did make $1 million commitment to their what Florida calls their Florida Opportunity Scholars Program, which is a financial assistance to financial assistance program to disadvantaged students. So when you start giving your money to the university, it makes me think you're committed to the university. But when you've got $4 million a year coming in, $1 million isn't that much, maybe.
Yeah, he can probably still scrape by if he needs to.
Some people talk about the buyout of $500,000 if he leaves to go to Notre Dame.
Nothing.
Notre Dame's Notre
Pocket
Dame drops
change.
that.
I was going to
I
say.
think Charlie Weiss is more than that, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
And you know what? He probably designed that buyout. I'm sure he set that so low because he knows he's going.
I'd like
He's going to Notre Dame.
Let's make this buyout $48. Could we do that? $48.16. That'll be my buyout.
Yeah.
You know, it is one of the glaring things in this contract. The buyout is so small.
It's so small, and knowing that Notre Dame is courting him actively,
and that he said he wants to go.
Yeah, that's the job. Up, down, whatever. That Notre Dame is just it's the dream job, and he would be the guy, which I think is more of an ego thing. That's my opinion. It's more of an ego thing. He would be credited as a guy since they haven't won since who? Ara Parsons?
Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz. He'd be the guy in 20 years to build that program back up and have them right where they think they ought to be. And he would go down. They'd build him a statue and everything. It's crazy.
The fact that he's done it in the SEC it makes it that much more impressive too. Though he's 44-9 in his first 4 years, which is tied for 3rd best in the nation in the last 4 years in the SEC. That's that's overall, but that's 3rd best in the nation. But doing it in the SEC.
He's not doing it at Utah, is what we're saying.
Correct.
Yeah.
He probably could have if he got a chance to play in the game. He could probably if he got a chance to play in the BCS title game. He probably could have done it there.
Yeah.
He made Utah a national name though in football season.
Yes, he did. And that's what I think with him going to Notre Dame. Let's talk about Notre Dame. They play a soft schedule. I mean, they do. So they got a big TV contract. He's on TV every week. They got their own network pretty much. They pimp themselves out to NBC. So who wouldn't take the job after all that? Plus getting the credit of turning that whole probably the most storied program in college football, I would say.
Absolutely.
Best fight song anyway.
Most
second
well-known
best
anyway. Yeah.
Second best fight song.
I would say most well known, not best certainly.
Yeah.
Well known.
His record in the last 4 years, or his first 4 years at Florida State, against Georgia, Florida State, Miami, and Tennessee, which he doesn't play Miami every year. I think they just started playing Miami again every year. But Georgia, Florida State, Miami, and Tennessee, 12-1.
Ooh.
12-1, pretty impressive. The meat of his schedule. He knows how to get them up to play those guys.
That stings.
When that goes to 7-6, then maybe Florida fans don't mind letting him go just a little bit.
But he'll never get to that point. He goes in there, he'll hammer everybody this year, and if he decides to leave after this year, it'll never be an issue where the Florida fans are like, oh, he's rebuilding this year, he's going to go 8-4, and we don't like it. He'll be gone by that point.
Wow.
546-2148 if you want to get in on the conversation. He's won 2 national titles in his first 8 years. Here's some people who didn't win any national titles in their first 8 years. Bear Bryant, Bo Schembechler, Woody Hayes, Lou Holtz, Joe Paterno, Bobby Bowden, and Tom Osborne. None of those guys won a national championship in their first 8 years. He's won 2 in his first 8 years, 4 of those years in the toughest conference in America.
I say give him the money.
The guy's underpaid. Well, I guess.
Give him the money.
All right, we'll take a break. 546-2148 if you'd like to join us. 546-2148. You're listening to Out of Bounds with Spanky Brown on WBLZ AM 1180 in Knoxville, Tennessee.